In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Frustration is mounting and anger is growing with the liberals and passive politicians. Learn the playbook of those who are trying to destroy our country. From the blue-collar professor, he teaches, he leads, he speaks out for truth and justice. Now, the educator of all things conservative, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
Well, hello, everybody. So glad you found the program on this Thursday. Where to start? It just never ends with the left, does it? Let's flash back to Orlando and the Pulse nightclub shooting, where a ISIS sympathizer, at a minimum, probably a member, decided to walk into a gay nightclub and murder almost 50 people. He did it for attention. He did it for the cause. He picked up his cell phone. He called 911 and said he pledged allegiance to ISIS. That's all you need to know. I don't understand how those facts don't trump everything else in the rhetoric, in the narrative that the left is throwing at you. The guy literally said, I pledge allegiance to ISIS. Yet when the Barack Obama administration releases the transcripts, all of that's redacted. So I don't, it's the left spinning their narrative. And I have made a claim, as have many talk show hosts across this country, both on new media and the traditional terrestrial radio, have all said that if you pay attention to what's going on, if you listen and you watch and you see the events happening and the reaction of those leaders on the left, the liberal heads, if you will, there is without question a hierarchy of victims. They create victims that they champion those causes as long as it benefits them and their goal to achieve power, fame, and fortune. It's just how it is. And if you paid attention to this program at all, you know that the Muslims are at the top of this list, above the gays, above the Hispanics, above women, above African Americans, above all else. The Muslims are the crown jewel of the victim list right now, and the left will bend over backwards to support them, to coddle them, to cherish them, because they need those votes. They're all about championing these causes as long as it fits their narrative. Well, Gavin, we've talked about all of this, haven't we? Why are you going over this again? Yes, we get it. I need you to get it, because it plays right into the situation that happened in Kissimmee this week. Kissimmee is a suburb of Orlando. Orlando is where the Pulse nightclub shooting happened. Hillary Clinton was in Orlando for one of her rallies. She does them everywhere. That's how it is. And Facebook images began popping up of Omar Mateen's father directly behind Hillary Clinton. Had someone not been astute enough and paid attention, I would have never noticed. He was just another guy in the crowd to me. But the local station, WKMG, the local TV station, saw it. And they're like, well, wait a second. Isn't that the father of Omar Mateen? Isn't that him? And sure enough, it was. And there's a lot of speculation going on about why was he there? Was he invited? And how did he end up directly over Hillary Clinton's left shoulder as she gave her speech? It seems like a huge coincidence. Now, it makes sense as to why Omar Mateen's father would promote Hillary Clinton, because if you dig into his past, he's radicalized. He's all about Sharia law and bringing the Muslim faith, the Islamic faith into this country at all costs. That's who this guy is. In fact, he's been charged with indoctrinating his son to some degree. Now, one of the local TV stations, as they were unpacking this, WPTV, was able to run him down and actually interview him. And he said, hey, I was invited. And he's holding up a big sign that says Hillary Clinton makes the biggest investment since World War II. Good for national security. Ex-CIA Chief Morrell Hillary told the truth about Benghazi and gun control laws. And let's just attack why he would support each of these. Makes the biggest investment since World War II. I don't even know what that means. I don't understand it. I don't know what he's saying, and I don't know why he would support it. So let's scratch the first one off the list. If I knew what he was saying, maybe we could have a discussion. The second one, good for national security. Is that right? The same Hillary Clinton that wants to accelerate the flow of refugees into this country by 550% relative to that of Barack Obama. How is that good for national security when people like Omar Mateen get to come into this country and cause destruction? It's not good for national security. It's good for Omar Mateen's father, who wants these Muslims to come in, who wants to indoctrinate them and wants them to indoctrinate others, wants to spread Islam across this country and impose Sharia law. That's why he's for Hillary Clinton. And gun control laws. Of course you got to add that at the end. He's the father of a mass murderer. You can't show out in public and not say, oh, well, I'm for gun control law. I don't support what my son did. Now, the Clinton campaign saying, no, we did not personally invite him. He's referencing an email that went to thousands of followers in the area to come to the campaign rally. And that's what he's referencing invited. We didn't know he was coming. We don't know how he ended up over Hillary Clinton's shoulder. Well, let me answer that question for you. That's prime real estate right there. If you pay attention to Hillary Clinton's rallies, people are staged there. It's always going to be women and minorities. Always. For you to find a white male standing behind her, it's only because it's somebody's husband or father or whatever the case is. It's never just a male supporter, unless they're homosexual or a minority. They've got to be somewhere on the victim list to get behind Hillary Clinton, is my point. Now, Omar Mateen's father is a Muslim. He ranks first. So they gladly plugged him in, but nobody recognized him. Nobody knew who he was. That's how he got through. I believe that narrative. I don't believe the Clinton campaign invited him. That would be political suicide. I don't believe they recognized who he was. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let him stand there. That would have been a joke. But people started to recognize him after a while. Now, there were people who survived that nightclub shooting. And now they're questioning whether Hillary Clinton supports the LGBT community. This should be no surprise. Just like Jamel Shaw Sr. made it abundantly clear that the liberal left doesn't care for African Americans. They only want their votes. Just like the email from the DNC leak proved they don't care about Hispanics. They only want their vote. Just like the Orlando response to the Pulse nightclub shooting, not the city of Orlando, but the overall response, proved they don't care about the gay community. They only want the votes. And so they'll champion the causes until two of these groups clash. And then they got to find an out. What's the out? Guns. It's always guns. Hillary has been supporting the LGBT community since she's been to Pulse, to find out Mateen's father was there. It's really disappointing, a gay attendee said, who survived the Pulse nightclub shooting. I'm not happy about it all. I feel like let down. Yeah, you should. Now, during Clinton's speech, she didn't mention ISIS or radical Islamic terrorism once, but you bet she went after the guns. Quote, we are going to try to prevent somebody who shouldn't have a gun from shooting you or somebody that you care about. That's fantastic, isn't it? What a load of crap that is. She's standing right there. She has an opportunity to plant her flag, and she goes belly up. But what do you expect from Hillary Clinton? Nothing more than this. Now, all of that's to say that's what happened. I want to address Omar Mateen's father. I don't agree with his ideology. I don't agree with his religion. I probably don't agree with much of anything this man stands for or believes. I think it really is that simple, and I believe I can make that assumption. I really do. With that said, no matter what he taught his son or told his son or influenced his son to believe, his son still made a conscious decision to pick up his gun and go to the nightclub and pull the trigger over and over and over again. It wasn't his dad that did that. His dad could be equally as angry, equally as deranged, equally as indoctrinated, but he didn't. His son did. And if we are going to reach out and start holding family members accountable for people's action, where are we going to be as a society? You can't do that. Now, that doesn't mean you can't disagree with who this man is or what this man's about, but he's not the one that pulled the trigger. And that's important to understand. Moreover, apparently, he's done nothing that is against the law in this country. At least he hasn't been prosecuted and found guilty. And if that's the case, he has a right to vote. The great thing about this country is that even idiots get to talk. Even idiots get to voice their opinion and stand up for what they believe. And yes, even idiots get to vote. And so he has every right to participate in democracy. If he wants to go to a rally, unless there's a reason I don't know, he gets to go. It doesn't mean you have to like the guy. But if we start censoring because his son did something and we don't like his ideology, that is a slippery slope. And that is a very dangerous slope. It is one we cannot go down. I'm telling you, I don't think I would like this guy at all. I know I disagree with about everything he stands for. But he has to be able to participate in democracy just like you and me, or our system is hopelessly broken. Hopelessly broken. And so everybody that's outraged and mad, I don't see this being the Clintons' fault, the Clinton campaign's fault. I don't think they knew he was there. I don't think they recognized him. I do think they stuck a Muslim over her shoulder because it was good optics until they realized who that Muslim was, and then it wasn't good optics anymore. But for all of those that are upset about him showing up, was it tactful and tasteful showing up to a rally in Orlando where just, a couple months ago, his son killed 50 people? Probably not. It probably wasn't the most tactful and graceful thing to do. Definitely not the most respectful. But he has the right to participate in democracy. He does. It really is that. So to get mad at that, what are you going to do when the liberal left starts policing and censoring you and what you can participate in because they don't agree? That's the next step. If you don't believe me, look at Twitter, look at Facebook. They're censoring everything conservatives do. So if we're going to censor the Muslims or the parents or sisters or cousins or brothers or friends of people who have committed crimes, no matter how heinous or how small, we're next, conservatives. Make no mistake about it.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
It's summertime again, ladies. Time to break out those sandals and give your toenails a little TLC. The nail technicians at Friendly Nails in Cleburne, Texas are ready to provide you with professional and friendly service. From manicures to pedicures and a variety of specialized services such as acrylic nails, facials, and waxing. Custom designs and a variety of stones to accent your nails are also available. The technicians at Friendly Nails are all licensed and trained in the latest technology and have experience applying every kind of polish on the market. So stop by and be treated like royalty. Relax in their massage chair and unwind. Full body massage therapy is also available by appointment only. For all you guys wanting to give your special lady a little treat, $50 gift certificates are available now for $40, and anyone who mentions hearing about Friendly Nails on the Gavin Mitchell Show or KLIF will get $10 off any $50 purchase. Friendly Nails is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 180 North Ridgeway Drive in Cleburne, Texas. Call them at 817-641-3400. Walk-ins are welcome.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-525-8479 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-525-8479 to take your call now. Call 1-800-525-8479. That's 1-800-525-8479. Again, 1-800-525-8479.
Do you need residential or commercial roof repairs, maintenance, or replacement in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? J-Bow Roofing has over 35 years of experience in the industry, and they have the know-how to keep you dry and comfortable. J-Bow Roofing also offers a roofing system that is warranted against hail of any size, and this is a no-excuse warranty. J-Bow Roofing doesn't want their customers to cringe every time it hails. They want customers to have complete confidence that their roofing system is going to stand up to the task. Basically, J-Bow Roofing wants to stop the insanity, lifetime roofing period. Re-roof once and be done. A J-Bow roof product is aesthetically pleasing and tougher than anything you can find. A J-Bow roof is so nice your neighbors will want it. J-Bow lifetime roofing systems are strong as steel, tougher than hail, and guaranteed. So it'll be the last roof you put on your house. Looking for a price? Get a no-cost, no-obligation quote today at jabeau.com. That's jabeau.com. J-Bow Roofing. Your long-term satisfaction is their immediate goal.
Twisted Roads Trading Post in Crowley, Texas is your premier biker apparel, leather, and accessories store. Stop in and visit with Brothers Ron and Carl Phillips. Twisted Roads Trading Post carries leather jackets, chaps, vests, accessories, gifts, and more. Open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sundays, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Got a motorcycle or trike to sell? Their park and sell lot is now available and anxious to show off your ride. Visit us for sewing, embroidery, and t-shirt printing services. Airbrush services by our friends at Kingdom Custom Creations are also available throughout the week. Call today or visit twistedroadstradingpost.com or find and like them on Facebook. Located west of Crowley on FM 1187, then south on FM 1902. Go 1.3 miles and look for the flags. 817-768-8761. That's 817-768-8761. Twisted Roads Trading Post. If the flags are flying, we're open.
Let's get back to the program. If you're sick of the garbage that comes out of Washington, D.C., then it's time to arm yourself with knowledge from the blue-collar professor. Here's your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
If you are looking for the program to connect with us, you can find us on the World Wide Web, thegavinmitchellshow.com. You're welcome to email me anytime you would like, Gavin at thegavinmitchellshow.com. And we are on Twitter at The GM Show. A lot of tongue-in-cheek, a lot of sarcasm, a lot of fun on the Twitter. So give us a follow at The GM Show and enjoy, engage, do what you need to do to connect with us, because that is why we do this. I am not quite ready to leave the topic of Hillary Clinton, but I want to bring in the DNC as well. If you'll remember, just before the convention, just before the convention kicked off, WikiLeaks released a number of emails that were hacked and stolen from the DNC that they were damning, to say the least. My goodness. I mean, anything from calling Hispanics, the Hispanic voter bloc, to Hispanic consumers, and laying out a plan on how to capture that vote, how to capture the Hispanic consumer, and they call it Operation Taco Bowl. We had that. We had conversations about Bernie Sanders being a Jew or an atheist, and how the DNC needed to exploit that down in southern states because the Southern Baptists would care. There was numerous evidence that the DNC was in the bag for Hillary Clinton, and Rush did such a great job, as he always does. I mean, he is the king of conservative talk, laying out how the Democratic Party promised Hillary Clinton 2016. They actually promised her 2008, but a young, spry, well-spoken black senator showed up and he won. It was unexpected. That was Hillary Clinton's time. She was promised. She was due. She was entitled. And so Barack Obama wins, and then that's when they said, look, hold on, you're next, we promise. And so the thing was in the bag, and Russ did a great job laying that out as it came together. There were also emails about how different reporters would send their stories, their copy, to the DNC before they sent it to their own editor. How the DNC controlled questions and guests on different talk shows. They ran the media. They may still do. I don't know. They definitely run the narrative, but I don't know if they're still in control of those specific reporters and outlets. I'm sure they are. So all of that came out right before the convention, and it upset the Bernie Sanders people. Well, WikiLeaks was responsible for that release. And Julian Assange, who is the editor for WikiLeaks, was commenting on the death of DNC employee Seth Rich. Seth Rich was shot and killed in July as he was walking down the street in Washington, D.C. The police are claiming it was an attempted robbery. But this was important enough for Assange to bring it up in an interview with a Dutch program. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the program. But he said, quote, whistleblowers often take very significant efforts to bring us material and often at very significant risks. There's a 27-year-old who worked for the DNC and who was shot in the back, murdered just a few weeks ago for unknown reasons as he was walking down the street in Washington. Well, now, wait a second. Why is this murder important enough for Assange to bring up on the very next breath of talking about whistleblowers? It catches your suspicion, doesn't it? Now, he's talking about Seth Rich, which we talked about, and WikiLeaks has since offered a $20,000 reward for information leading to the conviction of the murderer of Seth Rich. So the program, whoever was running it, whether it was a radio show, a TV show, whoever, the moderator, the host, call them what you want to, asked Assange, is Rich one of the sources? And Assange said, look, we bend over backwards to not tell people who give us information. We go out of our way to protect our sources at all costs. But I will tell you this murder is concerning to our sources. Whoa. There is not a conclusion yet. We are not willing to state a conclusion, but we are concerned about it. More importantly, a variety of WikiLeaks sources are concerned when that kind of thing happens. Now, the left and the DNC are swearing up and down that WikiLeaks got these emails from Russia. And they've even tried to spin it that, well, Donald Trump has conspired with Vladimir Putin to get the emails and release them. They're in bed together. This is espionage, which I find incredibly rich, using the word espionage after Hillary Clinton's email scandal. But nonetheless, that's what they swear is the case. Well, WikiLeaks came out right after this was done and said, look, we don't give away our sources, but if the source ever decides to come forward, a lot of people are going to have egg on their face calling this the Russians. Some people thought it was a smokescreen. Some people thought it was legit. But it seems to me that beyond a reasonable doubt that the accumulation of little things isn't little, and use whatever other saying you want to. You shake the magic 8 ball and all signs point to yes. A grand suspicion, I don't care. It seems to me Rich was the source. He worked for the DNC. He got bumped off, and Assange is alluding to it in every way he possibly can without actually saying it. And the thing is, unless Assange or WikiLeaks says it, or there's evidence discovered in the murder investigation, no one's ever going to know because the source is dead. He was shot in the back as he walked down the street in Washington, D.C. That's how the left operates. This was and the thing about these emails that I find most interesting is that the left never once said, oh, those aren't true. We didn't write that. I don't know where these came. They denied none of the content. None of it. They tried to spin it that Donald Trump's in bed with the Russians. Like, what? How is that justification for what you said and what you did? You threw an election. You were incredibly racist throughout, and you admitted to controlling the media. How is any of that good? Why wouldn't you deny that? You can't because it's on paper. You can't because it's in emails that are linked to accounts of people that obviously work for the DNC. There's no getting out of it, so they deflect the best they can. Now, Assange has more than once, I mean, this has been going on for a minute, has promised there are a lot more emails on Hillary Clinton and the corruption of the Clinton Foundation coming up in the next few weeks. I don't know about you, but I'm holding my breath. I cannot wait to get my hands on these emails because apparently we can't trust the FBI to do a thorough and unbiased investigation that leads to an unbiased conclusion. We've proven that. So here it comes. And I'm going to throw this out there. Let it stick where it will. Do you remember when the FBI pledged, not the FBI, the agency, but the different members who had spent so much time on that espionage case with Hillary Clinton over her emails at the State Department? Do you remember that? And they said, look, we're either going to try her in a court of law or we're going to try her in the court of public opinion. One of the two is happening because we have put way too much time and way too much effort into this, and we have gotten a lot more from a lot less several times before. If the Justice Department will not go after her, we'll air that out in the court of public opinion. Well, it turned out that Comey was a scapegoat, right? I have no proof. I'm just wondering, are these WikiLeaks emails the follow through on that promise? There is no evidence saying that. But it would seem to line up, wouldn't it? They promised that Hillary Clinton would be tried in the court of public opinion. They promised us. Is this the delivery of that promise?
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
Are you getting squeezed by the economic downturn? Hey, you were doing fine. Then, all of a sudden, you're having a tough time paying your family's credit card bills. Maybe you were downsized or even lost a job, but you still owe 10 grand or more in credit card bills. And you just can't afford the minimum payments anymore. We're here to help. We are the Genesis Debt Partners. We know the secrets to negotiate better terms with your creditors. Make a free 10-minute call right now and learn how we can help you get out of debt. 800-807-9767. If you owe 10 grand or more in credit card debt and you want to learn how you can pay less and get out of debt faster, call right now. 800-807-9767. 800-807-9767. Get out of debt now. 800-807-9767.
Hey everybody, your pal Gavin Mitchell here from my friends at Texas Elite Landscape. We all have that embarrassing spot in our yard we just can't seem to get grass to grow. Or perhaps you're tired of pumping hundreds and thousands of dollars into your yard just to get it to turn green when the weather warms up. Or maybe the constant maintenance is just too much to bear. Well, my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping are the most respected synthetic grass installation specialist in North Texas. Locally owned and operated, they have installed over 1 million square feet of the highest quality grass made right here in the USA. And I know what you're thinking. Is it pet and child friendly? You bet it is. So whether you want your yard looking picture perfect year round, no matter what the season is, or perhaps you'd like a putting green in the backyard to keep your husband home on Saturdays, give my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping a call today. 214-298-7726. That's 214-298-7726. Or find them at TexasEliteLandscaping.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls? Start saving thousands in interest and fees and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-824-3301. 800-824-3301. That's 800-824-3301. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Boy, man, I had a rough night's sleep. Boy, I got a letter from the IRS yesterday, and I just couldn't sleep. Man, I'm dying here. Somebody help me.
IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the Tax Doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. The IRS has recently released new programs geared in helping struggling taxpayers, where you may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the Tax Doctor right now. See if you qualify to pay less. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. Again, 800-631-9123.
Hey, liberals, try rooting for your own country for a change. Our blue-collar educator of all things common sense does. Now, back to the Gavin Mitchell Show.
If you were looking for the program throughout the week, you can find us each and every weekday, 5 p.m. Central, on Red Nation Rising Radio. That's rednationrising.us, and that's powered by Conservative Radio Network. You can also find us on KLRN, the 405 Media, High Plains Radio, Sackheads Radio, StreamingTalkRadio.com, and IPBN-FM.com. Thank you to each and every one of those guys for carrying the show. It means so much to us. You can also find the show on demand, iTunes, Spreaker, TuneIn, and Google Play, and then each and every Saturday night on News and Information 570 KLIF right here in Dallas-Fort Worth. That is 8 p.m. Central. If you are outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can still listen to the show, KLIF.com, rednationrising.us, or the 405 Media. So special thanks to those guys for carrying us on the stream. It's just an honor to be in front of you. Now, a special announcement. This Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to jump into the saddle at the Cumulus House, whether it's at WBAP or KLIF, and we are going to fire up the studio and have a full 3-hour drive time show that will be broadcast over my Spreaker channel. That's where you will be able to find it, my Spreaker channel, Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com. Search The Gavin Mitchell Show. You will find it there, and then at 4 p.m., the player right in the middle of the homepage will have the live show. You just click and listen. And I need your help. I desperately need your help to be a part of the show, to listen to the show, because the purpose behind this show is going to be to send out to different program directors across the country to try to advance our show, to try to find a Monday through Friday home in this business. So we're getting together. The traffic department's going to be there. Weather's going to be there. The board ops are going to be there. And everybody's donating their time. They've been so great. Special thanks to Navy Dave for helping out tremendously. It is a great deal. And so I'm asking you to be a part of it. I hope you will be. Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com, 4 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. So I want to go to Baltimore. We had the Freddie Gray case, right? Where this young black man was arrested by the Baltimore Police Department, thrown in the back of the wagon, and he died. And each of the officers were brought up on various charges, and some were very severe, some not as bad, but all 6 officers were charged. One guy even got retried because he was acquitted. Not a single charge stuck. Not a single officer was found guilty of a single charge. And they say the system is rigged. It was an African-American judge and an African-American prosecutor. Well, if you listen to the Black Lives Matter group, they're claiming, hey, that was just bad prosecution. That was an inept attorney. I agree with that completely. She got caught in the social justice war and forgot to do her job. And her job probably should have been never bringing those charges or taking that case all the way to court to begin with. In fact, the results were so bad they ended up dropping charges on 3 of the officers just completely before they even went to trial or retrial. It was that bad. They didn't have the evidence they needed. But that seems to be an exception to where Baltimore seems to be having issues. And I'm very critical of Black Lives Matter on this program. I believe the whole premise of their movement is on misinformation, lies, deception. None of what they say happened in Ferguson, Missouri is true. The whole hands up, don't shoot, not true. But they've started this movement, and I'm critical of them for claiming everything is race. Race is the most important issue to that group of people, and it's the only group of people next to the Ku Klux Klan in this country that race is the most important factor to. It's that simple. It's all about skin color to certain groups, and Black Lives Matter is one of those groups. And they stomp on the flag. They burn the flag. They get in the way of people's First Amendment rights to assemble and to speak their mind and all of that. That's who these people are. They get violent. Sympathizers of the group even get murderous, literally. But I've also said that if ever something unjustified happened, I would be the first to speak out about it. I'm not looking for injustice persecution. I'm looking for people to follow the dadgum law and do what they're supposed to. That's what I would like to see from people. And if you break the law, you stand accountable. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean you're going to hell. It means you screwed up. There is a price to pay. You pay the price and you move on down the road and you do the right thing from that point forward. That's how this thing's supposed to work. It has nothing to do with race or ethnicity or religion or any of that crap. It has everything to do with your decisions and personal accountability. But the federal government sent investigators to investigate the Baltimore Police Department, the accusations that they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. That they were being racist, they were violent when they didn't need to be violent, that they broke a lot of laws. So the Justice Department sent their civil rights group, I guess is what they call them. It doesn't matter. It's the Obama administration. You know what they're going to find. But the Department of Justice launches a year-long investigation in Baltimore. They interview residents, police officers, prosecutors, public defendants, elected officials. They ride along with officers on duty. They pay attention. They look at all the reports, all of that. They claim that nearly everyone that spoke to them agreed the Baltimore Police Department needs substantial reform. They found out their findings. Black residents account for roughly 84% of stops, but they're just 63% of the population. African Americans make up 95% of the 410 people stopped at least 10 times by officers from 2010 to 2015. That's a lot of stops. Over those 5 years, officers stopped 34 black residents 20 times, 7 African Americans 30 times or more, and no individual of any other race was stopped more than 12 times. Some guy spoke to the investigators, and he said he was stopped 30 times in less than 4 years. At least 15 of those stops, he said, were to check for outstanding warrants, and none of the 30 stops resulted in charges. There are claims that the Baltimore Police Department performed unconstitutional public strip searches, pat-downs of people who aren't under arrest. Officers routinely use unreasonable and excessive force, including against juveniles and citizens who aren't dangerous or posing an imminent threat. It seems like the Baltimore Police Department is in rough shape, so much so that 6 officers have been fired this year because of detrimental conduct, because of things like this. Now, look, there's always 2 sides to every coin, always. I'm willing to bet that a lot of these people stopped probably needed to be stopped, but I'm also willing to bet that there is a culture within the Baltimore Police Department that does need to change, that they may be crossing that line. There's no doubt in my mind. The problem here is that it comes from the Barack Obama's Department of Justice. You can't trust or depend on anything they say. You can't take this report as credible because this fits the president's narrative. This puts race as an important factor in decision making, whether it's affirmative action or sweeping changes to make sure that everybody's treated for whatever that garbage is they spew out of their mouth talking about race. It fits his narrative perfectly. You can't trust it. But the second piece of this puzzle is that Baltimore is a liberal-run city. Do you remember the presidential candidate O'Malley in this year's Democratic primary race? He was the mayor of Baltimore and then became the governor of Maryland. And since then, it's been nothing but liberal mayors. This is what happens when liberals get a hold of things. They screw it up. Their ideals, their ideology, their policies, all they do is cause chaos and frustration and disorder. You need another case in point? Look at Chicago. Look at Detroit. We can go on and on and on. There is not a single, and I will challenge anybody on the other side of this radio listening to find me one city ran by liberals that is prosperous. There's not one, because their policies do not work. It goes back to the whole idea that they have this hierarchy of victims. It's all about getting them in power and lining their pockets, and the chips will fall where they may. As long as they continue to create victims, they're good. Well, it's their practices, their policies, their corporate culture that created this monster in Baltimore. I'm sure the police department needs to be reformed there. I'm almost positive of it. I haven't been to Baltimore in a long time, but I know that it's such a beautiful city with so much history. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to visit there. Nobody wants to go there because of this junk, because it's dangerous. Crime's up. The city's broke. There's potholes everywhere. Again, it's what the left does. So if you want to believe that report, you can. I'm willing to bet some of it's true. I'm willing to bet not all of it's true. I'm willing to bet that a lot of the good the police did was conveniently forgotten, wasn't put in because it doesn't fit the narrative. The second piece is you need to understand those situations come about when liberals run cities. It's that simple. Hey, we're going to go to New Jersey next, not far from Baltimore. Apparently, this whole bridge closure scandal is coming back to haunt Chris Christie. Next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
You hear the headlines. You know health insurance is a real mess right now. Premiums have skyrocketed, and in most cases, you're stuck with your plan until open enrollment. But there's a government rule that allows you to qualify for lower health insurance rates if your life has changed. That means if you've changed jobs, if you're having a child, if you're getting married, if you're getting divorced, even if you run a small business or you're self-employed, this law may qualify you to get lower health insurance rates. Call the Health Insurance Hotline today. Learn how this 10-minute call can help you get lower health insurance rates. This is a free service to help consumers learn the laws to help them qualify for lower health insurance rates. So call right now to learn more. 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501.
Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company. General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000? Or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel.
800-398-8309, 800-398-8309, 800-398-8309. That's 800-398-8309.
Hey everybody, Gavin Mitchell from The Gavin Mitchell Show here. Of course you can find our show every week on our flagship station, News and Information, 570 AM KLIF, but sometimes once a week just isn't enough. I would encourage you to go out to our website, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com, and there you'll find a plethora of information about the show, including archived episodes of our daily podcast. You'll find a blog written by me and other conservative writers, and entertaining videos that are available with the Gavin Mitchell Experience. I would encourage you to follow us on Twitter at The GM Show. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/The Gavin Mitchell Show. And of course, we are on our flagship station for the internet, conservativeradionetwork.com, with the most talented conservative podcasters in the country. So be sure to tune in Saturdays at 8 p.m. right here on News and Information 570 AM KLIF, or through the week at conservativeradionetwork.com or www.thegavinmitchellshow.com.
If you happen to drive by the studios during a commercial break and you see a guy on the roof waving an American flag, that's our blue-collar doctor of common sense. And now here he is, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
I have a confession. Do you remember back in September 2013 when the George Washington Bridge was closed and everybody pointed their finger at New Jersey Governor Chris Christie for doing it? I guess the accusation is that Chris Christie shut down the George Washington Bridge to create traffic jams in Fort Lee, which is a city in New Jersey, to punish the mayor of Fort Lee for not endorsing Chris Christie during the election. I hesitate to say this, but when I heard that back in 2013, it got a chuckle out of me. I thought, well, that's one way to do it. You're the governor, you make things happen. Bada bing, bada boom, as they say up there. I kind of liked it. I probably wouldn't have liked it if I was sitting in traffic, had an important meeting, or whatever. But way over here in Dallas, Texas, I thought it was funny. I'm sorry, I did. He shut down the bridge. People got mad. What do, right? Well, apparently this thing is criminal. This isn't some minor thing. It's criminal. And there are different people within the Christie administration that they're going to federal court over this. It's no joke. In fact, former Port Authority official David Wildstein, who was a high school classmate of Christie, has already pled guilty, and he's testifying for the government in these upcoming cases against his chief of staff and campaign manager, I believe. I think that's right. But the defense attorneys are saying, no, it was that guy. It was Wildstein that orchestrated it, not Chris Christie. Chris Christie didn't know anything about it. And Chris Christie stuck to his guns about this. He's claiming he knew nothing about it. Well, they found a text. They've got the text of a text. And I know that sounds redundant, but it's the manuscript of a text from one of Christie's, what's the word I'm looking for? Office personnel to another, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Of the people that work for him, one texted the other, and during his press conference at the time where he's like, I didn't know anything about it, she apparently texted her colleague and said, oh, he's such a liar. Oh, that's not true. He did know about it. Things like that. Flat out lied is the term. Flat out lied. And so now the prosecution is wanting Chris Christie's cell phone and all of these other members of his administration cell phone to find out what's on there and if there's any confessions. Good luck getting those. There's zero chance that happens, I promise you. But this is where I want to go with this. So he shut down a bridge. If no one got hurt and no one died, yes, he should get a slap on the hand. But Chris Christie shut down a bridge. Hillary Clinton got Americans killed. Hillary Clinton let emails get stolen with national security on them. Hillary Clinton couldn't tell the truth to save her life. Is this really what we want to focus our time and resources on, or Chris Christie shutting down a bridge? I admit it, I'm not proud of it, but I thought it was comical. I thought it was funny. I got a chuckle out of it. I would go as far as to say I may have done the same thing. Don't tell anybody. But you want to stick it to a small town mayor, what do? Lock up the streets. If you got that kind of juice, do it. I don't. I can't block streets. I'd go to jail. But if you're the governor, you can pull him. It's not like he set up a terrorist attack in the town. It's it's not like he didn't send reinforcements into the town to save people. It's not like he leaked sensitive classified information about the city to terrorists and other countries that are truly enemies of this country. None of that happened. But again, any chance the left gets to attack us, they're going to do it. Every chance. Now, I'm not a big fan of Chris Christie, but he closed a bridge. Do we not have bigger fish to fry? Do we not have other things to worry about? We absolutely do. So I find it incredibly interesting that this is news, that we have resources and money and time going towards this. Meanwhile, we've got Hillary Clinton out there apparently bumping off DNC members, employees, because they leaked emails. Just saying. Apparently that's the case. So, hey, I want to remind you before we get out of here today, this Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com, search The Gavin Mitchell Show. It's going to be a 3-hour live program as if it were drive time during the week. We're going to have traffic. We're going to have news. We're going to have weather, the whole 9 yards. It is a demo reel for me to try to extend the offering to terrestrial radio with the Gavin Mitchell Show. We've got to have a demo reel. It's going to be broadcast over Spreaker. I would greatly appreciate it if you would tune in, call in, be a part of the show. Help me out, take that next step. It would mean the world to me. And that's going to do it for today, folks. In the words of the great Ray Wiley Hubbard, on the days I keep my gratitude higher than my expectations, well, I have really good days. I hope you have a great day. For the great Ron Phillips, I am Gavin Mitchell. This has been a Pinnacle Broadcast Holdings production. We'll see you tomorrow.